Invincible looks weaker with every season, not because of lazy animators, but because of something far more frustrating behind the scenes. Fans are wondering why Invincible's animation feels flatter, stiffer, and cheaper with every new season. But it's not incompetence. It's the brutal reality of time, money, and impossible expectations.
We need to talk. What I'm about to tell you will change everything.
And here's where it gets obvious the moment you watch back-to-back episodes. Season 1 had this energy, this depth. The shadows actually meant something. Backgrounds felt alive, and every punch landed with weight. Then came Season 2. You start noticing the lighting's flatter, the cityscapes less detailed, and the expressions on characters are simpler. It's subtle at first, but by the time Season 3 rolls around, it's glaring. Reused shots pop up, shadows vanish, and even epic fights feel stiff. Fans noticed frames recycled from Season 2. It's almost like the magic drained out while the story kept getting better.
I will never work for you again! We're done!
This part blew my mind. Fans at home with zero budget or studio teams are recreating scenes that feel alive, cinematic, and full of personality. Every movement flows, every frame has weight, and every character bursts with emotion. It makes you sit back and think, if a fan can make it look this good from their bedroom, why does the official version feel like it's dragging? These clips aren't just impressive, they're. And here's where the ugly truth hits. Marge Dean, one of the executive producers, revealed that Invincible's budget is a fraction of what you'd expect. Only a quarter of The Boys, to be exact. Think about it. The Boys spend $11 million per episode. Divide that by 4, and you get about $2.75 million per episode for Invincible. Sounds like a lot, right? Until you realize that you have to cover voice actors, writers, sound, music, editing, everything. Not much is left for animators. So the flashy fight scenes, the detailed backgrounds, and the subtle lighting, that's all a luxury this show simply can't afford. And this just adds salt to the wound. Big names like Steven Yeun and J.K. Simmons are amazing, but they don't come cheap. All that money going to the talent means even less for the animators who are supposed to bring this world to life. Every dollar spent on a star is one less dollar to make the explosions, superpowers, and intense fight scenes look good.
Over the last 90 days, Mark's speed has increased 65%, his endurance 70%, and his strength 138%.
Fuck me! Way to make a fellow superhero feel inadequate!
Just when you think it can't get tougher, the episode has only 10 animators, the same as X-Men 97. Sounds okay until you remember Invincible episodes are double the length. 40 minutes, packed with chaos, fights, and powers flying everywhere. With that small team, maintaining consistent quality is nearly impossible. Every frame is a fight against time and exhaustion, which is why some scenes feel stiff or flat, while others barely move. It's a miracle it works at all. And here's where it gets brutal. Invincible isn't just another animated show. Every episode is jam-packed with unique characters, powers flying everywhere, explosions, sprawling cities, and even entire planets. But the compositing team? Only 4 people for over 200 shots per episode. That's insane. No wonder so many scenes feel flat, lifeless, or lacking depth. The sheer workload makes it impossible to add subtle lighting or cinematic flourishes. Every frame is a race against time, and unfortunately, the visuals pay the price. Just to break it down a bit, compositing is where all the magic, or lack of it, happens. It's the stage where characters, backgrounds, and effects are merged. This is where shadows, filters, and subtle touches make a scene pop. Without enough time or staff, the final shots can end up looking like sliding PNGs pasted onto a backdrop. That's why some fights, even with the best choreography, feel flat and almost robotic. Compositing is the hidden engine behind cinematic animation, and here it's clearly underpowered.
Whoa, hey! We have these things called doors that normal people use all the time. You should try them.
We also have these things called Viltrumites.
And now let's put the numbers into perspective. Arcane, a similar action-packed series, spent $14 million per episode, 5 times what Invincible gets. Across the Spider-Verse, one of the most stunning animated projects ever, had a $110 million budget and over 1,000 animators worldwide. Invincible, 10 animators, a handful of VFX artists. That gap in manpower and funding explains why Invincible struggles to achieve the same polish or cinematic feel, no matter how talented the team is. Here's where timing crushed the show. Season 1 had nearly 3 years of production from 2018 to 2021. That's enough time to polish frames, tweak compositing, and make the action feel alive. Season 2 rushed into 1 year. Every shortcut shows. Corners were cut, frames reused, and even big fight scenes lost their punch. CGI tricks helped, sure, but they couldn't fully compensate. You can see it in every stiff shot, every background that doesn't feel integrated. The show just didn't have the breathing room it needed. And this part really shifted everything. Season 1 was a collaboration between Skybound and Winsun Sky with freelancers from Japan and Korea. It was a complex international operation that let them handle the workload. For seasons 2 and 3, Skybound decided to build Skybound animation from scratch. Marge Dean had to assemble a new team, set up a studio during the pandemic, and start from zero. That massive change slowed production and drained resources. Even with the same talent and dedication, quality naturally suffered because the infrastructure simply wasn't ready to handle the scale of Invincible. And here's where it really starts to hurt. A storyboard artist revealed that seasons 2 and 3 were basically made together in just 1 year. Less time meant rushed frames, reused shots, and compositing left unfinished. The result? Episodes feel uneven. Some manage to hold up, others feel flat, lifeless, almost sloppy. It's jarring when you binge because you can see exactly where the time ran out and the polish disappeared. This part blew a lot of fans' minds. Skybound outsourced the teasers to Balak, Lastman's creator. That's why the teaser animation looked crisp, cinematic, and full of life. A completely different team worked on it, and the runtime was short. Fans saw those 2-minute clips and expected the entire episodes to have the same quality. Spoiler, they didn't. That level of polish just wasn't realistic for an 8-episode season under the same constraints.
Dad? Dad?
Why? Why do I care about them? They were weak. Short-lived. Barely a species. They shouldn't matter to me.
That doesn't mean they should die.
You don't understand! I'm not supposed to feel this way!
Look at the Omni-Man, Mark, and Viltrumite fight on Thraxia. It should have been one of the most epic sequences in the series. Instead, it's static, under-detailed, and poorly composited. Episode 4 of Season 2 ended up being the weakest, a clear sign of production burnout. You can almost feel the animators' exhaustion in every frame. Robert Kirkman even admitted they were overly ambitious, thinking animation worked like comics. No limits, anything possible. But reality hit hard. Tight deadlines, tiny teams, and low budgets crushed that vision. Comic-style freedom doesn't translate to a production where every frame takes hours and every scene demands manpower they didn't have. Fans could literally rework scenes better at home. One set a single shot takes 4 hours, and each episode has 200 shots. 800 hours just for compositing. Multiply that across 8 episodes, and it's clear why a small studio can't compete. Talent alone isn't enough. Time and manpower are everything. Japanese studios pull off jaw-dropping animation on low budgets, but that's due to brutal hours. Animators often work 20-hour days, sometimes sleeping in the office. US studios like Invincible can't do that, so even with money, results take longer and costs skyrocket. To truly boost quality, Invincible would need triple the time, around 3 years per season, plus a bigger team and a massive budget. Streaming wars do not allow that. Long gaps risk losing fan attention as Netflix, Disney+, and Prime Video release hundreds of new shows. Even with the desire to polish frames, business realities make it nearly impossible. The 2-year gap before Season 2 showed the risk. Hype dips quickly, and Prime can't afford momentum loss. It's not laziness. It's the brutal math of keeping a show alive in the streaming era.
That's my thing. Only I get to handle those.
Like you handled Conquest?
He was very strong for an old man.
Okay then, finish it off.
Finish off what?
Whatever this is that we're doing. This is my first time. I can't believe you let Alan and Cecil do this before me.
Right, okay, can you do the card?
Kirkman's goal is ambitious, 7 to 8 seasons to finish the comic. At the current production pace, that puts the series finale somewhere around 2037. And don't expect timelines to stretch or budgets to grow significantly. Streaming platforms want content now, not in 10 years. Invincible is on a clock, and quality has to make concessions to speed. Here's the heartbreak. With a bigger budget, Invincible could rival Arcane or Castlevania in sheer cinematic punch. Instead, it's trapped. A brilliant story and deep characters stuck inside visuals that are often mediocre. Fans get the emotional highs of the comic, but some frames just don't do justice to the epic world they've built. And yet somehow, Invincible still stands tall. Even with inconsistent animation, the writing, the emotion, and the world building keep it above most Marvel and DC output today. It proves one thing: strong storytelling can shine through, even when the visuals aren't perfect. Fans come for the heart, not just the frames. Invincible might never look like Across the Spider-Verse or Arcane, but that's not what matters. It's the story, the grit, and the characters that keep fans hooked. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, and subscribe. I've got plenty more deep dives coming your way.